Okay, so it's been a few days since I recorded anything. Not because I didn't have anything to say. Primarily, is I didn't want to come across as um, I didn't want to sound like I was repeating myself. Pretty hard since I last recorded. My daughter has gone through open heart surgery. They put in a VAD, an LVAD, left side of a uh, ventricle assisting device, something like that. Ventricular assisted device, which is operated by a Berlin heart, basically a pump machine. So she was taken off the ECMO. They were afraid that the ECMO circuit was getting a little old. So this is the alternative. It's a little pump that went in, and cannules are attached to her heart to assist with the pumping. And they want one of the reasons is they wanted to get her um, off the ECMO is that her scans for her lungs showed that they were relatively clear. So rather than have a ventilator, do all the work for her, they wanted to get her lungs back to working on their own, which can help her body in many ways. They thought they were going to need to put in two pumps, left side and right side, but luckily these amazing doctors put in the left side, and they waited. And their theory was if the pressure was taken off the left side, the right side might be able to show a little bit more activity on its own. And after 2 hours of waiting, the right side did start to pump, show signs of pumping, and they wanted to give her a chance. So they left her chest open and let it run. But when they went to close her chest, the right side of her heart did not appreciate it. So even as of right now, her chest cavity is open. It's covered, but it's not sutured closed, which is, I mean, there's no guarantee that they won't have to put in the right side. But as of right now, every time we get an update from the doctors or the nurses station outside of her room or in her room, they're saying that her volume and her levels are positive. They're showing good signs, so everybody is optimistic that either on Monday, hopefully on Monday, which is tomorrow, they'll be able to go in and close her chest, which is nerve-wracking because it's my baby. I just want her healthy and happy and doing what she does. But this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Although my little girl is tough, she still has a lot of work to go. There's just going to be a long, drawn-out process. It is emotionally draining. The only reason I'm feeling better today is this morning we went to see her before I had to leave for work. And they were actually changing her dressing because my daughter had although she's in restraint, she worked her hand down and started peeling away the film, the tape that's holding the VAD in place, because Rocki does not like things touching her skin. She's never really liked stickers or anything touching. So she worked her hand down. She felt what was going on, and she didn't appreciate it. So she started ripping it off her. So this morning when we got there, they were actually replacing a lot of the stuff that she had peeled back. And rightly so, my wife last night mentioned that her hand was a little too loose, a little too free, and hoped that they would keep an eye on her, that she wouldn't damage the tape or pull on the tubes. But Rocklyn was able to get her hand down there and pull at the stuff that's covering her, or um, yeah, that's holding everything in place. Um, but what was nice is after they changed the dressing, they allowed us to come in the room, which is nice because I got to say good morning. They I went in and they said she was a little bit more she was less sedated. She a little bit more alert. I didn't know how much, so I went in and I took a few pictures. And as I got closer, she actually opened her eyes, um, which for my heart was strengthening, just energy, more power for me. Because last couple of days, because of the open heart surgery, she has been heavily sedated. Like, she can't move. She needs to heal, and in that sedation, you don't really get a true sense of her energy, and it was hard to watch her like that. My wife, I was at work like I am now yesterday, and my wife was bedside, and it was emotionally hard for my wife to go through, because she couldn't get the true sense of Rocki being there. I mean, I was sure Rocki was still present, and because she's a fighter and she's strong. She just, because she was so heavily sedated and on paralytics, you didn't get a sense of her being inside. But this morning, she's there. She is there, and she is determined. She has her small Ellie, which is her her critter, her stuffed animal. They actually found another elephant to put in her other hand, hopefully to give her something to grab onto instead of pulling at her tubes and her dressing. But once again, I just got to repeat it. It is a marathon, not a sprint. And this is a day-by-day process. Nothing is guaranteed, but just closing my eyes and feeling my daughter's energy. I know she's there, and I know she's fighting. I know she's mad. She doesn't know why she's in this situation, and she does, because once again, I'm going to repeat myself. This wasn't supposed to happen again. She got really sick last time, and it was, in her recovery, it was slow, but as soon as she started to recover, it was fast. Really fast. Which, I mean, if all things go well, hopefully it's a fast recovery again. But I'm staying optimistic. I'm staying, go slow. Don't rush. Take your time. Heal correctly so I can have my heart back, my baby girl in my arms again. Just everything that's going on. I mean, her in the hospital, my wife not working, and because Rocki got sick last May, you can't go back on paid family leave until a year later. So we have to wait until May for her to be able to go on that leave. But our social worker said there were other avenues we could take, because although I'm working, my job is on call. It's not a guaranteed shift, and it's not 5 days a week. Sometimes it can be 6 days a week. I make good money when I make good money, and paying the bills, I mean, that's my job. I'm the head of the household. I got to keep everything together. I got to work. Would I rather be there close by her? Absolutely. But I know what I have to do in order to support my family. Rocki needs a home to come back to. So if this takes another month, if it takes another 6 months or longer, I gotta be ready for it. Originally, I was cashing out a 401k to hopefully buy the property we want to go to and start a homestead, a modern homestead. But I think now the 401k is going to be liquidated, so we don't lose our house. And we can plan for the future after that's done. We have to survive, and we are currently in survival mode. The services we're getting from the charities in the hospital and outside of the hospital are helping us. And I never thought I'd be in a position to need help from charities as much as I do now. It's humbling. It's scary, but it's humbling too. There are people out there that are willing to give their hard-earned money to causes such as ours in order for us to be able to survive, not lose our home. And I mean, we've never really lived an extravagant life. We vacation one time a year, and that's to our family's property, so we don't have to pay a hotel or a rental cost. We just we go out there and we pitch in. We try to keep the place up, and we try to help pay the taxes every year. Other than that, that's the only vacation we take in the entire year. The rest of it is paying the bills and surviving normal life. And the situation we're in now, it's different. Although we've been through it before, and last time we were in this situation, we did go through our savings to pay bills. I'm not sure how long my wife was out of work, but I was able to, I think it was after 2 weeks, pretty much go to work. Sorry, video cut off. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. Quick little vlog about where we are right now, where I am right now, mentally. But yeah, I want to say things are looking positive, and we're on that path to recovery. But you know, maybe it's a baby step toward that. But I'll take whatever I can get. All right, so I will start putting more of these videos out. It is therapy for me. It is helping me deal with the process. But if this helps another family when they're going through this situation or a situation similar, that's what I want to do. All right, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.